Wayne, today we got a big video because today we're gonna talk about something really important.
Yes! Stranger Things finale.
No, Wayne, come on. More important than that.
Okay. Are Zendaya and Tom Holland actually engaged?
No, Wayne, more. I know that's interesting, but not more than that.
Okay. We can finally settle whether Taylor Swift's latest album is the greatest.
No, mate. We're talking about the top 10 board games of 2025. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
Hello, mate.
We're not talking about Taylor Swift, we're talking about top 10 games of 2025.
Yes,
Matt.
come on. It's that time of the
Is
year.
that it?
Yeah, exactly. We're toward the end of the year.
Yes.
It's time to draw a line and put up which one are our favorite games for this year, or at least the ones that we played so far.
It's been incredibly difficult. This year was a very interesting year, Matt, and we'll talk all about that after the jump.
Yeah.
But first,
Hit the subscribe button.
very important.
Yeah, please do it. Yeah.
Do that because we've got a really cool conversation to have about this year's games and our favourites.
Exactly, and so you can see all the upcoming content as well. We don't say anything, it's a lot of surprises, but let's go.
Rolling dice, feeling nice, cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Board Stupid's all we need. Board Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Board Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
So, Matt, I think this year was the toughest one that we've done so far.
Yes.
Of these types of things. This is our third one.
Yes, as a channel,
channel.
as a Board Stupid, it's our top 10 of the year.
Of the year.
And yeah, we had a lovely discussion the other day, and we were
Yes.
saying this year there's not been something that spiked on top
Really
of everything,
stood out,
but because the level, the average was so high this year, isn't it?
Yeah, the average was so incredibly high. It was actually quite difficult to really place a good top 10. My shortlist was like 20-ish games long.
26 for me. So
26, yeah, exactly. 20-something games long.
that was just a short list.
That was the short list. Trying to get a 10 out of that was very challenging because of that average level. There's not been, like you said, I don't think much in the way of really standout games.
Yeah, apart from a couple, but
One or two, and so I've kind of had to go with my gut for a lot of these. So I think you'll be surprised with a couple.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll surprise me with
yeah.
a couple, as is always the case, Matt. But yeah, without further ado.
Yeah, before we go, we haven't played every single game.
Important
that came
to
out of
know.
the year because it's impossible
got-
for two people that have full-time jobs.
Yeah. Matt's got a job.
But we did play a lot of them.
Yes.
We still got a few that we didn't manage to play. We'll talk about it on another video.
Yes.
So this is at today, 12th of December 2025.
Yes.
We might do revisitation of this top 10 next month or as soon as
In
we
February
play
or
even
something.
more.
Yeah.
We wanted to give you something now so you can chew and
Exactly.
yeah.
You've got to draw a line in the sand somewhere, and we drew it right here.
But now we can go.
Let's go.
Here we go. Number 10, Wayne.
Number 10, AR, Children of the Sun. So, Fabio Lopiano, this is a fabulous game, and I think this is absolutely tremendous. It is both a beautiful production with beautiful artwork by Ian O'Toole. It is one of those fully deterministic strategy games, which we've seen a few of actually this year, that are actually really good, brain-burning, thinky, interesting, lots of variability in there, lots of little mini games that you can get your hands on as well. I think it's really cool. That has a very unique action selection mechanism, which I really enjoyed as well. That game is one of those games where I played it and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I played it again, then it just kept making me want to play it again. I think there's a lot for me to unpack in that game. I think it's absolutely fabulous. I keep wanting to get it to the table, so I think that was a good sign for me.
It's a fantastic game. Yeah. I agree with you. It's one of those that you got a lot of meat on the table.
A lot, yeah.
But in a very interesting way. It's not just complex for being complex.
Exactly. Everything seems
a lot,
congruent as one experience, right? It doesn't seem to mess around. But that was my number 10. Matt, what about you?
Perfect. For my number 10, instead we got something way lighter.
Okay.
Something that is more like not a party game, but a co-op game that has been probably my biggest surprise of the year was we were not aware of the game. We just got the box, we opened it, we started playing it, and we loved it. And we're talking about Take Time.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game that
we
is.
talked about now Take Time in the last month and a half quite a lot, because we've been playing it a lot. It became one of those games where, all right, start of a playing session, or let's play a couple of rounds of that, or at the end of an evening, so why don't we play a couple of rounds of that. This very cool limited communication card shredding kind of around the clock, where you need to try not communicating, putting the exact numbers of cards around the clock in the right order, in the right ascending order, following the different challenges that each one of the 40 different scenarios is gonna give you.
Yeah, it's both by surprise.
Yes, it's a lovely game that you can play with non-board gamers as well. It takes 10 minutes to get your head around it, and off you go. It's basically what I'm saying, very similar to something like The Mind, but actually made it in a good game.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
The
a
Mind
big...
with legs.
The Mind with legs.
Mind with legs.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah. So on to the number 9s.
Next one, number 9. Which one is yours?
My number 9, of course, Matt, I think it's one of the most popular games of the year. It's the 2-player game, I think, of the year, and that's Tag Team.
Oh, great.
Tag Team by Scorpion Maske, I think, had to be on my list. I had such a good time with this game. For what it does and for what it is, it executes so perfectly. It's such a fun combination of a little bit of deck building combined with an auto battler in this very interactive 1 versus 1 Street Fighter / Marvel vs. Capcom inspired arcade feeling game. You stick your 50 pence in the machine, you fight, and then you go again. It's really enjoyable. Lots of fun in the experience of like smashing 2 different fighters together and seeing what sort of combos come out of it. With expansions on the way, I can't wait to see how they evolve that system. I mean, we don't know if this would be the case, but I would love the idea of like a cooperative version against the boss. That sounds cool to me, if that is even possible. But like, Scorpion Maske, please make that happen. I think it'd be amazing. But I love the auto battle vibe of it. It's just a great time all round. It's just a great time, man.
Yes, I do love Tag Team quite a lot as well. I enjoyed it a lot, but we'll see. We'll see about it. My number 9 is some of the game that came out early in the year. Early to 2025, we smashed it. We finished every single chapter. I want to play more. And I'm talking about the Lord of the Ring, Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game.
The longest title in card game history. What a game it is, mate.
Oh, an amazing trick-taking co-op game on the vibe of games like The Crew, but made it into a magnificent IP of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, of course.
You will go through the chapters of the book. Each chapter is basically a different twist, a different takes on the trick taking. You got 18 chapters in the original box, plus a final one that is mixing up all the cards and making this final deck. But the cool thing is you will follow the story. Each time that you open a new pack, there's gonna be like a little bit of the story, introducing the new character, introducing the setup, and then telling you add this card or remove this card, or the rules for these scenarios are this or that. But it's always feel like always fresh and always very, very interesting. It's never been like, all right, there's another one of these. No, every time it's very different.
Very giftable product as well. Very beautiful thing. Yeah, I think it's a great pick.
Absolutely. So, Lord of the Ring,
Fellowship of the Ring.
It's really
game.
Number 8, mate. Number 8. What you got?
My number 8 is an indie game, or was, that was picked up on Mighty Boards, and it's Tenby. Tenby came in at number 8 for me, and I wasn't sure if it was going to go in my top 10, but then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I have had such a good time with that game.
Yeah.
It is so enjoyable in so many different ways. I love that out of the box, you get like 20 different ways to play that game, because if you buy the expansion as well, if you've got the expansion, there is so much additional you can add to make that game like as complex as you want it to make it. It utilizes what I'm just calling the King Domino priority system, where you can pick something that's really powerful, but it means you go last
Yeah, and the next time.
Yeah, so- and I love that idea, that constant risk reward. Like, how much do I want this thing? Am I going to risk maybe not getting what I want next time? Really nice combo making with all the different streets that you're making in the town of Tembe.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I love how the scoring references all of the different iconography on the cards. It's beautiful. It's fun to play. I had a ball of a time with Tembe.
And in a fantastic production. Everything
Yeah.
about that game is it's
just
nice
joyful,
and
isn't it?
joyful.
Just a joyful game.
And it looks just cutesy and stuff. No, there is a lot as well.
A lot of puzzling going on.
Yeah,
A lot of
you're gonna
thinking.
use your brain.
You're
quite a lot.
really going to use your brain. It's a great, cozy game, but with lots of teeth to it. It's really,
Amazing,
really fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
My number 8 instead, I got something a little bit more serious, I would say.
Okay.
It's been probably one of the best experience that I had around the table this year in terms of like gaming experience. I'm talking about Molly House.
Oh, wow.
Molly House, up at number 8, man. Nice.
Molly House has been again something truly unique.
Yeah.
To the board game experience. The game itself is it doesn't have like weird mechanics or any innovative things, but how they takes those very simple mechanics of moving around a
Roll
map
and move, yeah.
and doing some action. It managed to create stories around the table.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a game that I would say to everyone to give it a go and give it a try. Might be not the game for you in terms of like, might not be your favorite game ever, but definitely gives you an experience and makes you see things under a different eyes. It's really, really interesting. Of course, we're talking about the Molly's houses, so all the LGBTQ and queer community in
1900s London.
Yeah, exactly. So really, really interesting.
Yeah, that game is very experiential and kind of weird, like in terms of its gameplay flow and how it works. Kind of unusual. You're throwing these big parties, and just like you said, it's about the story the game creates around the table, which is just. It was really fabulous. And I think we had such a great time with the game. It definitely made its mark. Yeah, for sure.
Molly House. Wayne, we are number 7.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give it.
It's an IP game, Matt, and it's Star Wars Battle of Hoth. There was no way that I could do my top 10 of the year without featuring this game because of the pure fun factor that we have had playing it. We have had an absolute blast playing this game. It is so just tremendously enjoyable and so bingeable. I mean, we smashed through it. I mean,
Stop playing.
Stop playing. It's so much fun. It's pushing your 80s around the table, chucking dice. It's just great. And me and our first experience of that game was playing the giant version.
That's even better.
Yeah, Matt would give his left arm for that, for that version of the game. But that was great. And then we got the actual version of the game, and it's just tremendous.
Fantastic production, fantastic
Great production,
gameplay.
great price point.
Yeah.
Everything about it, just from top to bottom. And you can already see like different iterations that can happen in the Star Wars universe, utilizing the same the command and color system. That you could see space battles, you could see Endor, you could see all of that.
Can't wait. Yeah. So
my gosh, and it's just fantastic, and just even utilizing that system maybe with different IPs on top of it.
we'll see. Well, the Memoir 44 system,
It works so
streamlined. It did work very, very well with this game.
Freaking love Battle of Hoth. It has to be there. It's my number 7.
Instead, for me, it's a game that we got at Spiel, and just the team like elevate this game for me so much. And I'm talking about G-So-Gi, Anime Studio Tycoon.
Number 7!
It's fantastic worker placement, set collection game that if you are an anime lover like me, if you like the manga, animes, and everything Japanese, it's your dream game, where you're basically trying to run an anime studio with everything that around there. So the stress, the depths, and trying to write stories and trying to be following the trends of which stories are coming out. All of this in an amazing production. The production itself is beautiful. If you are an anime manga lover, you will see on each one of the cards and each one of the little drawing, there's gonna be something that's gonna remind you about the more famous stuff. But on top of that, the game itself is really good because there's like this upgradable worker placement so you can upgrade your workers. You can kind of like build a little tableau of your workers that you're trying to do combos when you're releasing your animes. A fantastic game. It plays very smoothly. It's not that complex that you need to like think a million rules, but very smooth and satisfying every time.
Yeah, I thought Jisoge was a really interesting little worker placement game. I didn't think it did anything particularly revolutionary, but this is one of those games where the theme is so important and how it's woven into the how they then utilize those mechanisms that if you're an anime fan like Matt, this might be your new favorite thing. It's fabulous. Yeah.
So Jisoge. Number 6.
Number 6, Matt. It was the hotness at Essen. It's Phase Swamp. So Phase Swamp is the second deterministic Euro game on my list, and I really like it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So that game does a few things that I really enjoyed. I loved the tech trees. You've got 4 different tech trees that you're going to go up. That's going to give you different bonuses, so it sort of encourages different strategies. You then have an area majority piece, which is really great as well. Do love me some area majorities. Also, you have this fantastic priority-based worker placement system where you've got multiple worker spots for different actions, but the later you go to those spots, the more expensive they're going to be. And some of those spots don't have multiple spaces, so you kind of want to get there first in order to make them happen. So that's very cool. And combined with this, and what I think is one of the most interesting and possibly for me the best thing about that game is the card-based initiative / priority system.
Yes.
Where you draft each, at the start of the game, a card which will tell you at what point in turn order you act, but then it also determines how fast your boat is, because this is you're in a swamp, so you're flying.
You need to go around,
around the swamp, sailing around the swamp. So that's very important, and it also tells you how good you are at building different stuff around the swamp, and that's really important because you might want to trade, potentially speed or the ability to build in order to go first to make sure you're getting specific bonuses, or do you take the risk and go last in turn order but know that you can build really quickly or really easily? It's a very interesting puzzle and decision space. I think has a lot to give.
Yeah, it's very much, and again, each faction is different, slightly asymmetric, so there is a lot to unpack in that game, but at the same time, it's one of those games you start, the rules are pretty clear, and you just smooth sailing into the swamp
smooth sailing into a swamp
very quickly.
Very enjoyable game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
My number 6 instead is Star Wars Battle of Hoth.
Ah, there it is, a couple of spaces higher. What game?
It's
one space higher.
It's been one of the most fun games that I played this year.
Yeah.
It's been just like playing it. It was me back in being 7 years old playing with my Star Wars toys.
Exactly. That's exactly the feeling.
In all this, like chucking dices and moving troops around. So give me that war game experience as well, but in a very, very streamlined ways. Of course, it's coming from Memoir 44, so it's a re-implementation, but it's different from Memoir 44. It's mainly like smaller and more accessible, but without actually taking anything from the fun itself. It might be not the best balanced game, but of course you're chucking dice, so if you're very unlucky, that's it. But the experience of playing with the toys and trying to do like cool stuff is so great.
And the unique decks for each faction is different as well, and having your different hero deck in your deck, it's just a great
adds
experience.
A lot to the to what we always say about the game. So like, how fun is the game?
Yes, exactly.
And this one was just like over the scale for the fun. So Star Wars Battle of Hoth. Halfway point, number 5. Let's see. Now we got the big hitters. I mean, all of these are big hitters, but now we go in toward the big boys. What is on your number 5? What's halfway through your life in gaming?
This one might surprise you, I think.
Okay, let's go.
Origin Story.
Oh,
Number
wow,
5 is
okay.
Origin Story. When Ben, hello Ben, friend of the show, showed me this at Spiel, we played a 4-player game of that, and it was an absolute riot. This is a game that's not afraid to do something completely wacky in the trick-taking space, where you are basically you're playing a trick-taking game, but the conceit is that you are all superheroes, and this is your origin story. You're getting different powers. You're deciding whether you're the hero or the villain. You're having these plot twists, and your powers that you're going to get are going to be completely weird and
Yes.
game-breaking and
Yes.
really interesting. And like, okay, if someone plays a 1, then you get some energy that you can spend to power up another power. Like all sorts of cool stuff like that. It has beautiful artwork. It has a really, it's a very interactive experience. Even the 2-player version isn't that
The best,
too bad.
but
It's not
still
the best,
plays
but
very
still
well, yeah.
playable. Like you've got your sidekick, so to speak. But it's fantastic. It's taking those classic trick-taking tropes and just flipping them on their head a little bit, because maybe at some point in the turn order, someone will come up with some crazy power that will surprise you, and it'll just make the whole round infinitely more interesting.
Yeah, it's a great take on trick taking, and something that again we saw like in the last few years. Trick taking started coming out and out and out more and more and more and interesting, more wacky, more weird. This one it's taken a lot from the old trick taker games that came out, but just putting it in a box that is this create your character, create your
character
hero.
trick-taking
And
game.
while you play it and you're using your power, you're feeling like, all right, yes, I'm actually a superhero. I can do super cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And every turn is cool, because you can choose to be the villain and try and win 0 tricks, or you can choose to be the hero and try and win as many tricks as possible. There's just some cool stuff going on in that game.
It's a very, very cool game. In all of this in a very cool production as well.
It just stuck with me. I think it's awesome.
My number 5 is another crossover, and is Tag Team.
Hey, tag team. Let's
At
go.
this point, is my number 1 2-player game of this year. I loved it really, really deeply. The easiness of playing the game, like how quick it is and how cool it is, and how you can mix and match all the different hero, creating the decks and trying to play the player. I think one thing I really love is these things when you build your deck. Then of course it's a auto battler, so you're gonna flip the decks like one by one. There's always these things of playing the player when you are your opposite, like that my first card is dead, but is it gonna be again next turn? Is it not gonna be? Or where is gonna be my final blow? Is it gonna be in the middle? It's not gonna be at the start. It's very cool. And the same things like at the start of, like, when you start playing the game, you don't really know about the hero, so it's kind of balancing that, or like not knowing it. When you start knowing better and you start playing with other people that know the games, and you start doing the drafting as well of the heroes, it's super cool. I think it's you can start thinking about, I can use this character because it gives me support, while this other character is more on the attacking side, or is a tank, so I can be indestructible. It's super cool, and all of this in an amazing production. It looks so cool. It looks like so Street Fighter either.
Scorpion Mask have just absolutely been smashing it, mate. And it's so cool. And you mentioned a good thing there. I just want to underline is that playing the player element. There is a memory piece in the game, because you don't change the order of your deck. So you can kind of try and monitor it, and it's very, very fun. Yeah, very good, mate. Great pick.
Number 5, Tag Team.
Oh dear, number 4, Matt.
Come on with
It's
the
worse
number
and
4.
worse. Number 4, probably the most interesting experience I've had this year, and it's Limit. Limit right up at number 4. Went with my gut on this one, and this is just to bear in mind. These are our personal top 10s. Limit is a geopolitical economic simulator.
Yes, it is a simulator.
It is a simulator where you get to be the prime minister, the president, whoever it is of your nation. You choose the political destiny of that nation over 7 generations. And it is absolutely fascinating what comes out of that game in terms of a few things. The fact that it doesn't make a judgment on what you do. You
No,
can choose to be a
yeah.
warmonger, you can choose to be a communist, you can choose to go for pure capitalism, you can do everything in between. You can try and be Scandinavia in Matt's instance with a tiny population and like
But perfect
yeah,
society.
perfect society. You can do whatever you want and see how far you can get before you stretch the limits of the Earth's resources, because that's what the game is basically about, based on several both economic papers and like mathematical models of like population growth and things like that. And I thought it had such a big impact on me about how it made me think about what games can do in that space, where the discussion around the table at the end, the discussion during the game, what is
absolutely.
and what isn't like an ethical thing to do. You can be interactive again by being a warmonger, by being doing terrorism, for example, but just recognizing that once all of the certain number of tokens disappear, because when you do terror, you take these tokens out, these like war, riot, unrest tokens. If they go, you cause like a global crisis, and the game will end early if you have too many of those. So there's always this kind of push, pull, and balance in the game. There is a lot in there, mate. I mean, but here's the thing. I've put this is my number 4 game of the year. I think it's absolutely amazing. But I couldn't rightly recommend this to everybody.
Yeah,
it is such a unique
experience. It is an
curio.
experience. Yeah. I did deeply enjoy that. These things of like creating your own society. So if you want to push on education for everyone, that's great. However, if you're using your funds to educate people, you don't gonna have the ones to actually produce food and feed them. So your people might die because of that. So it's one of those like Civ build games.
Civ game, kind of, yeah.
And
but hyper condensed.
Yes, and there is this limited interaction between the parties, between the players. There is this central board where you got the crisis, the general markets where you can sell and buy. So you can be the one that changes the sort of the world, changing the market,
or taking all the oil out there. You can do some colonizing.
You can do a lot of that. It's quite intense in terms of like brain burn and time and what you need to do. But the ethical question that you start asking yourself during the game, those were cool, because like I remember having this kind of like perfect society where I was trying to push everything for green energy, high education and stuff. At a certain point, I didn't have the money to actually like make sure that my population stayed alive. So my only things was like going out and conquer a different country, because that was the only things to keep my people
you had
alive.
No resources left.
That was just
in
like
your country. It's
very
fascinating.
cool. So
fascinating.
Amazing.
I had to be there. So.
Amazing pick. For my one, it's a little bit less intense. Well, it is an intense experience.
Okay.
It's a little bit less intense in terms of like IP. Even in this, we are trying to bring the ring to Mordor.
That's intense.
The Fellowship.
Great. Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship.
So Fate of the Fellowship is the latest in the pandemic system game.
Yes.
It's the new game from Matt Leacock, where he took a completely different view on his own system, on the pandemic system. Before we play the game, we say like, and we spoke to this with Matt Leacock when we met him. We say like how we were a little bit burned on all the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
We played a lot of pandemic in the years. We played all the legacy stuff, and at a certain point I felt like there was too much pandemic. We haven't played any pandemic for like 6 months or even more. When we played this, I remember receiving the rule book in advance of our game, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting, all right. And then actually playing it, it felt like a fresh take. Yeah. With a fantastic IP attached, with a lot more complexity, yes, but in a very cool way. I just loved it so much, and I just like, it's one of those games that I know that it's gonna stay in the collection for the foreseeable future. It's one of those that every now and then it's gonna come up, and we're gonna have a great game of pandemic in this like way more cinematic experience.
Yeah, arguably the best pandemic system game there has been.
At the moment,
especially
yes,
if you like the Lord of the Rings franchise, I think probably hands down it is.
So yes, it's a game that I think is gonna stick around, and I think it deserves to be up there in the top 10.
It's a banger, mate. Absolutely.
It is time for the podium.
Woo!
It is time
Bronze,
for the
silver, gold.
bronze medal. So who has your bronze medal for 2025, Wayne?
My bronze medal for 2025 is up this high, and it's Take Time.
Oh,
Take Time is up at number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Take Time is
okay.
up at number 3.
Well, you can see we really, really love the game.
It was your number 10 or number
It was
9?
number 10,
So
yeah.
Take Time. So a couple of things. Reason it's so high. It's just bloody good. That's the first thing. First and foremost, it is a really enjoyable game. I am a massive fan, if you know the channel, of limited communication games. I like those games anyway. I like games with words and having to think about language. Right. I like that in general, and I like being how do I give you information without giving you information. Right? So really cool. And Take Time does that. It's very straightforward. You just have a hand of cards, 3 or 4 cards. You need to place them around the clock in ascending or equal order. That is it. With a numerous interesting and frustrating and fascinating twists on that simple idea.
Yeah.
Like, restrictions on certain numbers and values that can go in certain sections. Maybe you have to go to certain sections first before anywhere else. Maybe a certain section has to be the last card that gets played out of all of the cards. It is brilliant. And you are playing all of these cards face down, so you can't really determine, what the other person has played. You have some clues, so that gives you some opportunities where you can play them face down.
Sometimes some scenarios will tell you no.
So you can't use it. So that's really cool. And then you get that great feeling when you resolve it. If you get it right, it's just so satisfying.
It is.
It's just a really satisfying, fun, cooperative experience. This is a game that will cost you 20-ish quid. You can play it with basically
Everyone, yeah.
They will all have an enjoyable time, board game or not. I think it is brilliant. They've smashed it.
Yeah. And
Smashed it.
I do love the pre-game things.
The pre-game, that's the game.
where it comes to life. It's just like seeing 4 people. Those are the rules for this scenario. How are we gonna make it happen? Because during the game you cannot talk while you're putting the cards down,
and you can't look at your cards before you strategize.
So you need to think about it. All right. So the first person that put their cards here, it means that it's a 12 if we got it on the first round. Then the second one, but you try to make it plans, but then the cards are never the ones that you really want. So that's making it really
absolutely
interesting.
brilliant. I mean, it had to be so high up, Matt. I think it ticks so many boxes in what I like about games. It was fun as hell, and that's my major problem.
Amazing. My number 3 for this year is a game from RS Games, and is Eternal.
Number 3! It's not came in at number 3, the Roman Empire.
Oh my God, guys. It's Brussels, Birmingham in Rome without building...
Without
roads.
or a monetary economy.
No, it is a fantastic Euro game. It's a fantastic worker placement, tableau building, hand management, resource management, mega
stress management game.
Mega punishing Euro game. Again, it's a game that when we played it, there was the beginning of the year, toward like February or March.
Yeah.
The full review is
It'll be in the description.
It's going to be down there. We say that this could be game of the year material, and it is game of the year material. It's coming to a number 3 because I had another couple that I love more, but it's very close to be number 1 for me. And it's a game that we played a lot. And I still want to play a lot out of it.
Eterna is excellent. Martin Wallace design and stressful as all get up, but a great game. It's a great
Absolutely. So Eterna, my number 3.
Love it.
Silver medal.
Silver medal spot, number 2. Oh my God. Of course, Matt. I got this far. I don't think I got this far without a Reiner Knizia game. So it's Ego at number 2.
Oh, number 2.
Yeah, 2 is Ego.
Wow.
Ego. Yeah. 2 is Ego. Ego.
Wow.
Another thing you'll know about me, I freaking love auctions and bidding.
Yeah.
In games, so...
And Ryan can need
And Ryan can need
So
it. So
all the things that goes together.
and lovely productions. So Ego is one of a trilogy of games by Bitewing Games, and it is a reworking of an older game, but with new rules or a modified rule set. Essentially what you're doing is you're traveling from sort of board to board in these multiple boards in the game. And each of the boards has numerous mini games that are all kind of based on variants of auctions,
game,
bidding, that sort of thing. And with other things in there as well. You have a hand of cards. There might be a little mini game which is about drafting new cards into your hand. There might be a mini game about spending cards to get different resources and things like that. And with the end goal being, you need to have the most victory points. But you need to make sure you're managing your cards correctly, because the bidding at the end is absolutely ruthless. You've got different prizes for sort of first, second, third, fourth, fifth place in the bids, and the fifth place prize is always bad.
Yes.
Like it's always some sort of punishment, right?
And toward the end, even like the second, the third, and the fourth are going to be bad.
Probably not
So,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really, really fun. I think it's so joyful. It's very interactive. I love the puzzle of it. I love the variability of it, because the first and the last planets are the same, but the ones in the middle will mix up or will be different, and you can add extensions onto them and all sorts of things like that. It is so much fun. I mean, when I think about the games that I've played this year that have like really just made me happy inside.
Yeah.
Ego is one of those.
Amazing. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the important.
fantastic
That's the
game.
important
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
And all of this, it looks amazing.
It looks awesome.
It looks amazing. Yes, I do agree that it's a great pick for your number two.
Thank you very much.
My number two instead,
Yeah.
probably the people be following us on the page and stuff, they already know it. It is Faya Swamp.
Oh, I was wondering if it would be one or two. Okay, number
Faya
two.
Swamp. It could have taken number one.
I
easily.
know. I know.
I find it absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's a game that gave me the feeling of something like Root, without being the complex
Heavy,
as
asymmetry,
Root. The asymmetry is there if you want, because otherwise you can play with everyone with the same tech tree on all the clans. Otherwise you can play fully asymmetric. But the fact that the scoring conditions at the end of the game, they always change. The fact that you don't know which fish you will be able to fish during the game. The fact that you can change the entire strategy every time you can play completely different games. Not just because the faction you're going to play is different, but like the scoring condition is different. So you need to think about it completely out of the box every time. The fact that the leader cards are the ones that you're drawing, as you say, you're drafting at the start of the round, are always going to be different, because there are 10 in the box and you just take out 7.
Yeah.
So even that is always going to change, because the good one for building might not be there, and the one of the main objective might be building.
Might change
so
the flow, yeah.
you need to think a completely different way. The other things that I really loved is that we played it 4, we played it 3, and it's absolutely great. I played it 2 a lot, because it's one of the map on the other side will have the one for the 2-player version, and the other one the 3 and the 4. And it plays absolutely brilliant in 2-player as well.
Nice.
So you can play it with a larger group, with a smaller group, and you're always gonna have a fantastic experience. This game is just like, it literally like blew me out, because it was
you had a
like
great time with it.
amazing. So
It is really cool. It
number
is super
2,
cool.
Faya Swamp, or El Pantano de Faya. Before we go on to the number 1,
Everyone hold.
let's
hold your
let's
pants.
hold the second.
Hold on to your
Because
pants.
this year was really hard to make this list.
It was brutal.
And I was changing it while talking, basically.
Literally. That was
I had to
editing
swap-
it
yeah,
before we started filming.
But we wanted to do a few honourable mention, because there was some fantastic game this year, and it was so difficult to pick up the 10. And these are our favorite, like personal, from the heart, from the guts.
Yeah, exactly.
10. But we want to mention a few more games. So do you
Absolutely.
want to mention a few of yours that almost made the
Almost made
the
it.
list?
I will say, Matt, that 11 and 12 in my list were Lord of the Rings, Fate, the Fellowship, and Molly House. So you've picked two that were like so close to going into my top 10. I think that they are tremendous games. But a couple that I really want to mention are House of Fado, which is one that I've been excited about for a long time. I played it with my partner and we had an absolute blast with it. It's so smooth and elegant as a game design. I'm going to play it tonight, as a matter of fact. A really lovely game that I very much enjoyed. Another one that was under consideration for the top 10 was Silos, the other Kinesia game, because we had, again, in terms of the amount of fun that I've had with games this year, that one is right up there. It was absolutely fantastic. And then finally, I do also want to mention Etherstone. The amount of times that I thought about putting that right up in the middle of my top 10 was ridiculous, because I think it is fantastic, but I haven't played it enough to put it in.
It's in my top 20 of this year, just because we haven't played enough, but we might play it more, and that I think is going to be one of those games that's going to...
Like, I thought to myself, I put it in there and I went, I can't justify it compared to the other ones at the moment, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, as you said, I had a couple of like Ego, Tembi, that were almost like top 10. But other ones that we really enjoyed during the year as well was stuff like Luthier.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic game.
It's a great game.
Zenith. Two-player game, Tug of
Oh.
War, on
Joe,
five different
didn't make it.
Oh, that was just said probably that was my number 11, just out of that. Games like Kingfire Council, I deeply enjoyed it. As the new Lord of Deep Water, Waterdeep, or stuff like Deep Regrets with those like fantastic artwork, and of course Galactic Cruise was almost there as well. It was so difficult. It seems like all this game was in the 11th position.
Yeah, there were so many.
So hard.
And then again, smaller card games as well, like Duel for Cardia and all that sort of stuff. But if you want to hear more about all of that, 11 to 20.
Yes, we're going to do a special episode on the Patreon, just for the Patreon exclusive. Link down in the description, where you're going to find all the behind the scenes and more in-depth videos that we're gonna do. We're gonna speak more about this top 10 plus the top 20 basically.
Exactly.
But saying that now it's time for our number one for 2025.
Let's go.
This is the moment where the champions shine.
Time to shine.
I don't think I ever had any doubt about which my number one was this year after playing the game.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure about you. I knew that was my champion for the year. But I want to hear your one, because I'm really quite curious, because I know that a couple of them that have been out, and I'm not sure if you haven't mentioned it because they're now or because they were completely out. So, Wayne, what is your number one for 2025?
It hasn't changed since I've played it. It's Eterna. It hasn't changed since, because now I didn't want to say during your bit.
Of course.
But I love that game. I think it's so much fun. I think in the last one I talked about Ego, the things that really give me joy. What I really like about board games, one of many things I like about board games, is what I'm deeming turn anxiety, turn stress. That game gives me so much weirdly positive turn stress.
Yes.
Everything about that game is like brilliantly stressful, where everything from the cards that I might want to draft to all of the riots that are happening in Rome to whether or not you're going to come and join me on one of the hills and potentially burn it down. I mean, there is so much cool stuff where every interaction in that game is like deeply impacting, and it's so interactive.
It's
everything in that game is, but at the same time, it's not like I'm just bullying you or doing take that nonsense. It's interactive in a meaningful way.
Yes,
right?
in a meaningful
way. But but it's always in line with your strategy, and you need to keep an eye on your unrest, because that will absolutely batter you in the end game if you're not too careful. To the point where the game just goes, if it's too much of it, then you just get basically shanked by the population of Rome. Because you've been a terrible ruler. Basically, you lose. So it's absolutely fantastic. Like I say, I love the tableau building. The production I think is lovely. I love the art of that game. It is so much fun. And in a game that plays in like 90 minutes,
There is a lot there.
there is so much to enjoy in that game. It gives me a constant high level of interesting, exciting tension from the first card draft until the last. I love it. I think it's an amazing game.
It is an amazing
My
game.
game of the year is Eterna.
My game of the year is, I think you know which one I'm going to talk about it, because I haven't mentioned it so far.
Go on, Matt.
It's the
Let us out.
best production, best graphics and design that I've seen in many, many years. And everything's come from one single guy, from an indie publisher.
You went with your gut with this one, yeah.
And I'm talking about the Old King's Crown.
Old King's Crown.
That is my number one since we played it, and we had our trouble at the start, like getting into the game, because of course it's a very complex game.
Yeah.
There is a lot to unpack into the game. There's a lot of from the lore to the actual gameplay, to the combos that you can create, to the asymmetric different type of clan that you can play as. But it's one of those things I keep thinking about like all the time. I just like, I want to play it more. I want to get good at it.
Yeah.
It's what Root. This is why Root is my number one of all time game. This gave me that and gave me an alternative to my number one game of all time. Being completely different, because we're talking about basically a lane battler on not even steroids, like on gamma rays.
On gamma
like,
ray, yeah,
just
exactly.
like, but it's everything about the game again, as I said, from the artwork to the flow of the game. It just I find it like such an accomplishment for an indie publisher.
First time.
One guy that did everything from the design of the game to the artwork. Is such a fantastic thing. He deserves the hype that the game has at the moment. And it's one of those games that probably I will not tell everybody this is a game for you.
Same problem with Iowa Limit. I couldn't recommend it to everybody.
It's not like if a mate of mine say like, I would like to start board gaming, can I buy your number one of 2025? I will say, maybe not, maybe not.
Don't do that.
But to me, this game just gave me everything that I look into a game, like everything in the complexity, the lore, the looking beautiful, the strategy, the backstabbing, the double plays, and the strategic thinking, turns ahead, all of that all together. I still have to win a game, but still, even not winning into the game, it just like it gives me that feelings that I want more.
Yeah, it's such a fascinating game, such an interesting design. We did a full review of that game where you can see everything that we talk about in detail. In fact, any of the games we did full reviews of, links will be in the description. And I encourage you to look at them to see our full views.
Yeah, exactly, because there is a lot to unpack on a lot of these games.
King's Crown one was a very good one, even if we do say ourselves, I think. We did well on that. Wow, Matt, we closed another year.
I can't believe this was this was the most difficult list that I ever made.
This was so different this year.
Yes, and that's great.
That's so good.
And that's great. And again, what was your number one? It would be my number 11. So we're not talking about like, oh, I hate that game. Like it's just like we
degrees.
love. Yeah, exactly.
It's degrees.
It's such like a little difference from my number 9 to the number 4. There is literally there's not much difference.
Yeah. And I kept reordering mine.
Yeah.
For the last couple of days, it's been a nightmare.
And I'm just thinking about the games that we still have to play, stuff that came out this year, stuff like that we got copies that we haven't managed actually to fully get into, like Eternal Decks, like Rivals, Aridia, Nemesis Retaliation, Fortune of Scoundrel Bay, Outbreak, Wunderwaffen, like there's so many the stuff that we haven't managed to get a copy yet, but we'll try to.
Yeah.
We'll try to. So like I know
Magical
that.
Athlete, everyone's
and
playing on
Streak,
about
yeah.
Hot Streak, all this stuff.
We
Also,
did- yeah.
harder to get in the UK. Or at least-
Yeah, there are still a few copies. Like Oloy is impossible to find in the UK. Railway Boom will try to get to get a copy.
Yeah.
Natera was another one that was very successful. That
So
a few of our
much.
patrons talked about it. There are too many games.
There's only so much
Yeah,
time.
too many games.
And we tried. We played a ton of stuff.
Yeah, we don't have much time because again, like 9
We had a
a.m.
ton
we
of
are
stuff.
clocking in to our daily job.
And we still got like 100,
And,
100 games done this year. Like we did.
Yeah, but
still.
you know what will be great
What's that, Matt?
if the people check the Patreon page.
Go and do that for numerous reasons. We've got tons of exclusive content just for you, including what will be a deeper dive into our top 10.
Yeah, as we said,
extended
yeah.
list as well, which you can go and see.
Yeah.
We have exclusive Patreon-only video podcasts. We have exclusive access to our secret group.
Group.
Secret
That
group.
is growing and growing.
That's lovely.
It's a great group that we created on WhatsApp, so it's a very easy for everybody to access, and it's just people chatting about board games all day. We got a trade section, we got
nice.
news section, so
we offer
it's
seats at
very-
our table to play games.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. There's gonna be secrets
All
like
sorts.
meetups and all that
sorts.
stuff, and on top of that. If that is not enough,
It should
there is
be.
the monthly giveaway that we're doing for our patron only. So we don't do giveaways on the show or on Instagram. We,
On the Patreon.
We do it one every month on the Instagram, and we make one of the patron happy every month, basically. And
With
we,
a brand new game,
literally got
mostly.
brand new, quite fresh games that we're giving away. So that is for the patron. But if you don't want to do that, the subscribe button will love you anyway. If you want to
It's-
push that button, it will
We
be
love
great.
that. You'll be the number one in our hearts.
Always
Absolutely.
number one. You are the number one.
You are the number one.
Number one.
Right there, listening right now.
While
And
you're
I-
pushing the subscribe button.
You're number
If you've
one.
done it already, you're already a number one.
Already number one. You should also take time to send us a comment in the comment section letting us know what are your top 10 games of the year.
Yes.
Or just your favourite game of the year. And let us know what you think of me and Matt's list. Is there anything there that stood out to you?
Yeah, let us know. Write those comments. Check that like.
Check out the rest of the videos. And we'll see you at the next one. Ciao.